Welcome back to Duel of the Debates. We are going to fight to the death, but not really. And we're going to argue about some nerd shit. I'm Danny.
Actually, I'm supposed to be the robot in this one. So you sound very robotic there, Danny. We're doing a Sinister Six plot pitch this week. This is going to be very interesting, and I am playing the role of Kevin, not naming other names in there.
Feige.
Yes.
Kevin Feige.
Yes, that guy.
It's Kevin Ouija.
Anyway, so we got guests, Sean and Scott, back for another round of Duel of the Debates.
It was a BOGO sale. Buy one, May men get another.
So this is going to be a little bit of a different look for us when we get to our rules here. But before we get to that, Sean, Scott, May Men podcast. You got any new episodes coming out soon, possibly?
Yeah, so we have been talking. We're working on something right now. We're trying to do a Marvel Rivals streams. Very relevant right now because Spider-Man is featured. Don't play Spider-Man
and
in Rivals.
Fantastic
he sucks.
Four.
Yes.
So yeah, we've been
and the new leaks too. They look sweet.
We've been really working on our Twitch. So hopefully in this year we'll be doing some more Twitch stuff, and we've been working on the Main Men studio. So hopefully we get a studio up and running. And we could have you guys over soon.
I would love to.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Whose basement is it in?
It's in my basement.
Someone's basement.
With all the cool
It's our mom's.
But but yeah, I mean, we're trying to get the big thing is we want like webcam on the show. Like we want video.
We're taking it into video. I think this year
because I think when we do our episodes, we usually just record them and then put them out. But doubling up on, hey, here's the live show, and you guys get to see all the fun chit chat. We have a lot of chit chat in between. That gets cut out, so I think people would be interested to see that. So
yeah, we got big things.
That's
Stay
our
tuned.
goal. We also have a lot of chit chat that gets cut out. So
we want to share that with the people.
Some of it.
With a parental advisory.
Well, this Sinister Six pitch is not going to pitch itself, so let's get to it.
Damn it!
I wasn't ready for it.
It's funny because I think that ended up underneath, like in the actual recording.
Good. I love it.
That was good.
All right. So, rules are going to be a little different for this one. So I think, Dan, you can start the rules, but I'm going to kind of, I guess, elaborate on them a little bit more. So you can go ahead.
Okay, cool. The objective of the show: convince the judge, which is Dan, not a lesbian, why your pick for the question is correct and the other fighters' picks are wrong. The rules, the arguments, there needs to be objective reasoning behind why you chose your answer. For example, John Wick is better because Keanu Reeves is like a super cool dude and chill. Not an acceptable argument. Civility, although we can be passionate, just like last time we got really into it, but there will be no sincere attacks on people's characters because we're all friends here, unless you guys are wrong. Objectivity. Looking at you, Dan, when deciding the winner, the decision must be based on the arguments presented in the debate.
I don't think I'll have a problem in this case.
If you want to pick mine, like that's totally cool because I
did last time.
Yeah, thanks, and I appreciate that. You should do that again this time.
And we unsubscribed. So who are you guys again?
Main Men Podcast. You can find us on
You can find us somewhere.
All right. So I'm going to elaborate on these rules. So we're going to do a plot outline in the opening statements for this. And we'll try and get casting out of the way as well in that. Maybe we're not going to time you. I'll just kind of wait till you guys are done explaining all of that. And then we'll get into a free-for-all, no rebuttals. And we'll go from there. So, Cam, you don't need to worry about the timer.
Hooray!
All right, we're going to start with Danny this time.
Why me?
Thank God.
The one guy who doesn't actually have anything really written
sucks,
down.
my guy. But if you don't want to go first, you don't have to go first.
I can go. I don't mind going first.
I want to go last.
You're not going last. You're going second.
I'll go second.
You're going second now. Ooh. So, Sean, you're not going. Scott is going first.
Yeah. Cool. So, Sinister Six movie we're talking. The one that I chose, it would be loosely based on the Return of the Sinister Six. There's a five-part story that happens in the comics. This is just one of the covers from it. It's my favorite cover, but that's the team there. You can see it's Hobgoblin as the new addition, and that's what they're advertising because he was huge in the 90s. Electro, Sandman, Vulture, and Mysterio. And it's all at the head of Doc Ock.
You had Hobgoblin, Electro, Sandman, Vulture.
Doc Ock.
Mysterio and Doc Ock.
Mysterio.com. Got it.
The benefit is that all of these characters have already been on screen some point. I mean, Hobgoblin hasn't, but I think they're establishing
Ned?
in the universe that Ned is going to be a Hobgoblin with all the "I'll never become a supervillain and stab you" or whatever. That would be my hope. So my thought was to take that and sort of run with it. The basic plot outline is that Doc Ock is organizing the Sinister Six, and it's a very strange thing in the comics. He's making cocaine users basically follow him, like become addicted to him, and then he's going to take over the world with all these cocaine users. It's pretty bad. I wouldn't use cocaine. I would just sort of do like some kind of nanobot or something, like something technological, maybe like a chemical warfare.
All right, I'm going to ask you a quick question.
Sure.
So you're pitching to me here. Is this going to be MCU canon, or is this going to be like an Elseworlds type thing?
MCU canon. MCU canon.
Okay.
And I would take, for as far as castings, all of these characters have been on screen. You could use them all. I really don't have an issue with all
Jake
of them.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal was cool as Mysterio.
Okay.
I liked it.
And he may not be dead. We don't know.
What's his name? Vulture.
Yeah, no doubt. Michael Keaton would be a non-start. If he wasn't coming back as the Vulture, I would say take it and shove it. He was incredible.
I guess we haven't seen Electro yet.
We have
Jamie Foxx. You want Jamie Foxx Electro?
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't have an issue with it, but if that's
I think
if
the
it's
viewing
allowed,
public will.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to just rework him. He's very much like third tier in this story. He's not a
true.
key member. He's not a big part.
That's true.
The big ones you want are Hobgoblin and Sandman and Doc Ock. They're the three important characters in this. So Doc Ock is trying to take over the world via cocaine users, and he's getting the Sinister Six to help him pull this plan off. Meanwhile, in the background, so every issue is sort of it's pitched and very much set up like an actual movie. Spider-Man is fighting like Shocker or Trapster, some weird B-level villain in the beginning, in the forefront of the book, and they're cutting in scenes of Doc Ock putting together this Sinister Six, and it's awesome. It's like there's a lot of art. There's a MJ story in it. She's got a stalker. She's on a soap opera.
Yeah.
So she's got a story. You can make that Zendaya. Like, she can very much be a part of this movie. I think the big thing that I would change is I wouldn't have Spider-Man doing all these one-offs, right? So there's 5 issues. Every issue, Spider-Man is fighting someone else until the last 2, and then he actually faces off with the Sinister Six. I would sort of set it up where maybe Spider-Man's got one villain that he's fighting. You can throw Shocker or Trapster, whoever it is you want in there. And I would have the Ned Leeds becoming Hobgoblin be the other story that's setting up the Sinister
Story
Six. Yeah. So, the whole time Doc Ock is pulling strings, and he's making Ned become the Hobgoblin. And he's the key to exacting this revenge. Like, that's the whole thing, is he wants revenge on Spider-Man, Doc Ock, obviously. And he's wearing a killer white suit in this. He fights him in this white suit, and it doesn't get ripped or anything through the whole fight, which is amazing. It's a great
Kingpin
suit.
with 8 arms.
Yep, basically. So I would pitch that story, and I think, we've already sort of got it set up where he could become the Hobgoblin next. Ned is a Hobgoblin in the comics at one point, so I think it would be awesome. And I think all the casting is there. If you want to swap out Jamie Foxx, we can. I'm all right with that.
Okay. So I'm thinking of the structure of this right now. We could either go on to the next person right now, or we could just rebut everything Scott just said. What do you guys want to do? Because I am cool with either way.
Other openings.
Other openings?
Think so?
Okay. Then we're moving on to Danny. Danny,
Okay.
what's up?
Okay, here we go. Okay, so in my story, so first of all, the lineup is a little different. I have Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, Scorpion, Rhino, Morbius, Venom, and Vulture.
Okay.
Vincent D'Onofrio plays Wilson Fisk. Michael Mondo plays Scorpion. Peter Dinklage is going to play the Rhino in a mechanical suit.
Interesting.
They already did that once.
It's not going to be Paul Giamatti. I'm the Rhino. It's not going to do it. Jared Leto, I guess, is Morbius. I don't really know anybody for Venom yet. And Michael Keaton for Vulture.
Tom Hardy.
No, not Tom Hardy.
So a noob. Okay.
A
okay.
new Venom.
I don't know who's going to be.
You can think about that. That's fine.
Anyway, the Kingpin is running for some high political office. I said the president, basically. He's trying to gain legitimate political power using his large amount of wealth and influence to hold leverage over all the citizens, key places like, homeless shelters and in other what do you call
Like
it? Public assistance programs and stuff.
Feast.
Holding
There's a
Feast.
Spider-Man one, so that would be.
Yeah, so he's got
don't read
control of
the
all
comics.
that.
They don't
Well,
read
it's in the
comics
games
around here.
too.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
it
he
is.
is in the games.
Then he recruits Scorpion and Rhino by appealing to like their insecurities. So like Rhino, I think Rhino's interesting because he's Peter Dinklage is a little person. He's probably always in the universe. He's kind of looked down
actor.
upon. No, he's great. So they're going to add more gravitas to the casting and everything. But his story is going to be very much I have to prove myself. And I'm going to make him like he was a successful stockbroker. He had a really large intellect. But he used it for evil and he got thrown away by Spider-Man and his plan foiled and everything. Then Morbius teams up with Vulture from that end credit scene to kind of make that work.
It's Morbin time.
That's Morbin time. I think it's got something to do with Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is Spider-Man in this, by the way.
Okay. And I assume
so this is
Zendaya
MCU.
and everyone as well too.
MCU, Sony, it's kind of a whole mix of stuff. And
Okay.
like we're putting it all together.
It's set in the MCU.
Right. So there's some multiverse shenanigans that bring them all together. So the main threat is Wilson Fisk trying to get all these little put his strings on everybody, because he's always the mastermind. He has everybody in a certain corner, and then we find out. So he's got his whole plan, and he creates kind of like this police force, and the Scorpion is like the main head of the head of security and stuff, and then Venom's there too. Everybody has like their own arc. Vulture is trying to get personal revenge on Peter Parker and stuff. I was trying to figure out how to do this, but so I said I don't know who would play Venom. I have an idea who would play Venom.
Okay.
There's multiverse shenanigans that gets everybody together, and we realize that Venom is actually Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Interesting.
I feel that would be really cool and interesting. So now there's a personal stake.
Why not Toby?
Toby would never.
Toby already
do
was
that.
in the suit.
Toby
Well,
would
that's
never
why
do that.
that's why I feel like it would be more. Sorry if I'm interjecting, but
Why
that
not
was my
Topher
thought.
Grace?
Save the interjections for the free throw.
Sorry.
I like Andrew Garfield, one because we haven't seen him do it yet, and he was like the darker Spider-Man in that whole when they all got together. He was so in the like Toby's definitely
his
like
hair.
the biggest, the oldest brother, but like Andrew Garfield was still like an older brother, so kind of a mentor a little
Peter
bit.
3.
Peter 3. So yeah, I thought it would be an interesting. So then that's personal stakes for Peter Parker to go help Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, is being manipulated by the Venom symbiote, and they all kind of have like this. I don't know exactly how it comes together yet, but they, I think Tom Holland's main purpose is to help kind of gain people on his side. So first one, I was going to start with Venom. That's like the midpoint reveal, right? You feel, oh my god, what the fuck? And then Morbius is like, well, I guess, and maybe like he runs out of like blood supply.
With his hands.
Then Rhino, it's so stupid. And a few of them die. I think Wilson Fisk dies, and Daredevil makes a cameo. So
Which color suit?
I don't know yet. I think it's
Yellow.
just classic red. I like the red.
Dark red.
Yellow.
Okay.
Shadowland.
Is that it, Danny?
That is it.
All right. Sean. Yep.
All right, Mr. Feige. Thanks for
Kevin.
Kevin.
Oh,
Wow.
I already fucked up.
Kevin.
I didn't know we were on first name basis. Nice to meet you, Kevin. I'm Sean. So thanks for hearing my pitch today. So I want you to
Butterscotch?
imagine in a world.
Oh, already out. Already out.
Wow.
All right.
Suddenly transported.
Okay, so I kind of want to tell the story.
It's like Star Wars meets Lethal Weapon.
I kind of want to tell the story of like Scorpion, right? A Scorpion origin story, a Rhino origin story, and using that as a device to get to the Sinister Six. So in my universe, it's not MCU. I kind of want to spin off of the Venom post-credit scene.
Okay. Is it set in the MCU or is it in the Sonyverse type thing?
Well, you, Mr. Kevin Feige, sir, represent Marvel, so I'm pitching this for Marvel.
That's not Kevin Feige.
Okay.
That's Kevin.
It's just Kevin.
It's just Kevin.
He doesn't like to be called anything other than Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin, sir.
Have
not
you
even
seen
sir,
She-Hulk?
just Kevin.
I'm Kevin.
Sorry, sir.
Kevin.
Oh, that Kevin.
No, I didn't see She-Hulk.
Got
Neither did
it.
the rest of the country.
All right, so it's the
Deducting points from Scott.
it's a reaction to the Sonyverse. So to spin its whole thing, it's not Tom Holland. I want to do Andrew Garfield, but I want to cherry pick all the others, right? That's why I'm saying a reaction to the Venom thing, because that kind of opened up the Sonyverse to the Marvelverse, and it kind of opened up all of the characters to my disposal. So I want to use the Sam Raimi Harry Osborn as like the Hobgoblin, right? Because he was just a goblin, right? So Harry,
Bring back James.
so Harry Osborn and the Osborn Corporation is experimenting in, like more weaponry, and his secret project is to take down Spider-Man. So he's been working with like chemical stuff because the whole Hobgoblin is like a bioweapon. So in this, he wants to create an arch enemy for Spider-Man. What's a spider's natural predator?
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
That's the original. Yeah.
That's how we get Scorpion. And also the first take on this lethal virus, or the genetic enhancement,
We
was
can call him Neogenics if you want.
yeah, we can call him Neogenics. Was Rhino. So his first experiment was Rhino. Both Rhino. I don't know. We'll say Paul Giamatti, because but not. It's still Paul Giamatti, but not a mech suit. So that's what I'm saying. It's the same character, but I'm telling it a different way. And Scorpion will be Mac Gargan, who is the original Scorpion. He's so Harry just pulled 2 freaking convicts out of prison for genetic testing. And like I said, version 1 was Rhino, and they kind of perfected it. And now we're on the Scorpion. Sorry. And other team-ups will include Kraven and the Lizard. Again, same castings as we already have, Mr. Kevin, sir.
So we're talking Aaron Taylor Johnson and...
Yeah, I don't know people's names,
Okay.
but those guys.
Okay.
But those guys.
Reese Evans.
Lizard's a couple different
Yeah.
people.
Well,
but-
Lizard, so I want to do Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, so
Got it.
that's going to be the same Lizard.
Reese Fons. Okay.
So when this cross interdimensional portal rift thing opened, it sucked through all of these people to this universe, and at that moment Andrew Garfield was squabbling with the Lizard, and they were both pulled through together into the universe of one what is it, Ed Hardy, what's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Into Tom Hardy's
Hardy.
universe where Venom is, and Scorpion and Harry also are pulled through into this universe, and he is halfway through his team. He sees about the Venom guy all over, and he's like, well, this guy doesn't like Spider-Man, and he remembers the Venom from his universe, so he's like, well, this guy is a logical choice to add to my team, so he adds him. And Doc Ock, also from first Spider-Man, is pulled through, and Doc Ock, being the brains of all of the Sinister Sixes, he's like, yeah, I'll agree with this Harry guy, but he in himself is like, I'm going to undermine him the whole time, and as soon as I can, I'm going to make a power move. And so it's like a false partnership between Harry and Doc Ock for the Sinister Six, and they battle, and at the conclusion, like I said, Doc Ock sees the opportunity and takes out Harry, and Venom has a change of heart because he's a good guy and he doesn't hate Spider-Man, and Venom teams up with Spider-Man and saves him.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know how logical I...
No. Okay, no. I'm just writing stuff down. I'm just
hates
catching. I'm just catching up.
hates
No, I don't.
I
Hate
can
you.
see on his paper. He didn't even write any notes for me.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
I got a lot
It
of notes
just
here,
says
guys.
Danny and nothing.
Sucked.
All right, so it is time for the free for all. So I will just do a little recap here, just so you guys are fresh with that in your memories. You're pretty fresh with Sean, so let's go back to Scott. So he's taking from Return of the Sinister Six. He's got Hobgoblin, Electro, Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio, and Doc Ock. Something about using nanoparticles instead of them being coke fiends, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, or like a chemical compound to make them, like under his mind control, basically.
Okay. And how did your story progress exactly? Because you didn't really get into that too much.
Yeah. So, I mean, it starts out, obviously, Doc Ock has been reformed because of what we saw in No Way Home. There has to be some kind of catalyst to make him, get back to it. And I think, like a Vulture would be a good person because he's still on bad terms. Like Sandman, Electro, and Doc Ock are all on good terms with.
Or trying to turn good.
Well,
Right,
they're
right.
dead in their own universes.
Well, yeah, but this
They
is
get
like
killed,
right.
like,
This is like
really
an
go back.
amalgam. Like, oh, I know that they exist. So I think Vulture would sort of get it started. We'd start off with like a Michael Keaton heist to get Mysterio first because he's the other one who hates him, and then they sort of the two of them hatch it together. We need Sandman, Electro, Doc Ock, and they bring in Doc Ock, and I think Doc Ock sort of takes over the group, says, "Hey, we need one more party. Who can we get that's really going to hurt the Spider?" And they say his best friend. So.
Ned Schneebly.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time believing that reformed Doc Ock is going to go back to evil.
Yeah,
Just saying?
Right. The problem that would be the problem, but it's that's why Mysterio is an important member is because
So he's
he
gonna
needs to be part of
manipulate
it. Yeah, he needs a way to. He's the master of tricks and the master of
Illusion.
Yeah, illusion. So he has to get Doc Ock somehow. He's important to take the three that have been reformed and turn them back to join. And I think Doc Ock is the one that buys in, and they're like, "All right, what do we got to do?"
All right. That's a good place to start. If you guys have anything to say, go for it. And then I'll go on to Danny to recap his if you need to.
Well, I feel like you're kind of copying a lot from the actual comic.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, it's the broad stroke. Of,
No cocaine.
There's no cocaine.
No cocaine. Yeah, it was the '80s.
We could have some really nice MJ scenes where she's getting out of a taxi or doing yoga or something. But I think that's sort of what the successful Marvel movies have done so far is use the loose idea and then deviate where it makes sense. And that's sort of what you want to do is you want to take something that people know so that the common fan doesn't feel out of place, but the diehards are like, oh my God, that's from this. That's from this. Like that's what I enjoy about Marvel movies is for deep fanatics, there's something there. For the common user, there's something there. Hitting the masses. So I don't think I have a problem with using what's been there. And there's still a lot, like I said, I would change stuff about it, of course.
Right.
Cocaine usage.
Not
That
enough
sounds
of
like
it.
that's like my favorite part.
There's
though,
not
right?
enough cocaine usage.
Mountains of it.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking Tony Montana level.
Yeah.
Sean, anything to say about that right there? Not really.
Yeah. I mean, like the biggest problem I see with Scott's pitch is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx fucking sucks.
I'm
dude.
I'm open. I was only doing that so that way they because Marvel's got to Marvel something and make a dumb decision and be like, no, well, this is what we want.
Wait, who's like the kind of like joke character? Like the Trevor. Like, oh, Trevor.
It would be like
Like the one that they pull the rug out from under you for no
It's
reason.
like-
Who was that going to be?
it
Like the comic relief, you mean?
Yeah. Well, no, not even the comic relief. Just like one that you're like, oh, this is such a badass character, and then they disappoint you like severely.
it would be Electro again. I mean, he's
But nobody thinks he's a badass.
Electro is so powerful. Like he's such
They
a
gotta nerf him?
powerful character. Yeah, and he's just an idiot. Like he's just Jamie Foxx.
He's a common criminal.
No-
He is never. He
no
is
offense.
never.
I thought kid from Brooklyn or
thought you
kid
were
from
gonna be black.
Queens and this and that. And he goes, yeah. Like, come on, Electro's gonna say that? Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
him. No.
I know that all there's like I prefer like the German version of Electro anyway. So it's like
yeah.
90s.
all
Electro.
blue. I don't know like that.
Yeah, he
like
was
the regular
ultimate.
like the yeah.
Jay Scott really did good with him. Yeah, I would do something like that where
Oh, yeah, that guy.
All right. Anything else on Scott for right now before I recap Danny quickly?
we're cool with Ned. Everyone's on board with Ned.
I think it makes sense.
like
I mean,
what,
I
like
think they're
Ned
setting it
Leeds,
up.
like from the-
I think they're setting it up for sure. So
I
that
have a
makes sense.
major
Isn't in
issue.
that one he's possessed by a demon? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Is
He's
that going to be
possessed.
in there? And
No,
Okay,
I would just
good.
make him normal hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So
Flying a glider.
what's his arc though?
Big
How's he gonna turn from the guy in the chair to the
Where's he get the glider?
Yeah, where's
Doc Ock. Doc Ock is the technical like mastermind. I think part of his
they're best friends. They can't just
right, but
well, it's Andrew Garfield.
but the
Or no, yours is
no,
He's
he's
Tom
It's
Holland.
Tom Holland.
yeah.
Okay.
Doc Ock's whole theory here is to convert the mass public to hating Spider-Man and being on their side, and he's going to test it out on Ned. And Ned's their guinea pig, and they sort of take him and give him the goblin treatment, but it's just him, and it's like a concentrated dose of whatever he's going to use on the mass public. And it's in order to see if he can combat his best friend feelings and do the hobgoblin's work.
And the only thing is, like, I find that hard. It's going to be hard to kind of get across. It's without it just being like a flip of a switch. Like, I love Peter. I hate Spider-Man.
Well, they put him in a
Peter.
tube like they did with Norman in the first movie and gas him, and then he comes out and his eyes are red.
Right, but is it going to be Ned Leeds is there
Smoke
the
and
whole
pop.
time, or is it going to be the multiple personalities like Goblin is?
Multiple personalities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, because like
controlled.
isn't like the Green Goblin like Norman already had the multiple personalities and then just like
No, I don't think so. I think it just his brain was so high functioning that they were like, oh, let's tap into this, and it like opened up a door and his brain just deviated down a path.
okay.
Yeah, that's my idea.
All right.
We got to put Hobby in a movie.
All right. Danny, I'm going to recap yours real quick. So you got Fisk, Scorpion, Rhino, Morbius, Venom, Vulture. So Fisk is the ringleader. He's running for political office. Shocker. Let's see.
He's already mayor, so
Yep.
he would be running for like
He's going
senator,
next senator,
something.
maybe president,
Governor?
something like
yeah,
that.
he
Governor.
okay.
Governor, yeah,
You guys
governor.
are
He
idiots.
appeals to the insecurities of Scorpion and Rhino to make them more evil to get onto this path where they're going. Let's see. We got Andrew Garfield as Venom at the midpoint reveal. And that's
Interesting.
all I really got. That's
all I got, too.
said. Okay. So let's.
I do have one little addition though.
Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
By the end of the third act, Tom Holland saves Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man. He's able to rip the Venom symbiote off of him, and Wilson Fisk embodies the symbiote, or the
Interesting.
symbiote attaches to him. So now he's
Kingpin Venom.
Kingpin Venom.
I mean,
'Cause
they
he's
made
already,
Venom
like,
squirrel. So
Imagine so Eddie Brock, he was jacked already, right?
I can imagine.
Imagine-
Eddie
Eddie
Brock
it.
was huge.
Jacked.
I can imagine it.
You know. Pretty cool.
I-
imagine.
Tenpin.
I think the one thing,
And then-
Tenpin. I think the one thing that you had said earlier was that you wanted like them to pair off in twos for like a movie. I just don't. I feel like it would.
Oh no, I
drag
didn't
it
say
out.
that. I meant more like they all have specific arcs, little tiny things that we can kind of
Okay.
get through. I think
like 10 minutes of screen time on this person, 10 minutes of screen time.
yeah,
on
I
this
want everybody
person.
to have a purpose in the whole thing. So
You don't
like,
want to just montage it, dude.
no.
It'd be.
Should've
I
been
think
a
it's tough to put
montage.
6. It's tough to put that many characters.
That's what I'm saying.
Together
how
and
many
give
minutes?
them all stories.
How many minutes are you dedicating to each of them?
Yeah, it's tough.
And how long is the runtime?
That's my one
That's
issue.
another-
Well,
good question.
obviously, there's going to be more that are going to be valued over others. Like I think Venom and Wilson Fisk are going to be the top ones. Vulture has a bit of. I think he'll be easy to talk down because he's just a blue collar guy. Tom Holland can even team up with him, maybe,
Keaton is
and
so
maybe after Wilson or maybe Fisk gets the symbiote, he kills Vulture. He bites his head off.
Eats
it's
his
like-
brains?
Like, eats
Eats
his
his
brains.
brains.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Morbius tries to stop him because him and Vulture are friends now. He's like, I'm going to try to suck his blood, but there's, it's a symbiote, so that he dies too.
I really have an issue with Morbius, though.
Yeah, Morbius is whack, bro.
No one wants Morbius.
Yeah, I feel like in Morbius,
They
when is
tried.
Morbius a bad guy? When has Morbius been a bad guy?
Well, he's
think
been
he
he's been an
is.
animal, like he's,
Yeah, he like reverts back to.
I mean,
his,
he's like an anti-hero just like Venom, but I mean, like the fact that you have like 2 anti-heroes and you're trying to convince me that they're going to be full-blown bad guys, that's
Yeah.
fault that I'm seeing here. Like I could buy
Venom.
Venom, yeah, I could buy Venom.
I like the Venom and Andrew Garfield.
yeah, that's definitely going to be
That's a
the
good one.
whole
That
the
sounds
heart
cool.
of it, and that's going to be the whole reason everything's going on.
Yeah, you reveal it halfway through that it's Andrew behind a bulk. That would be cool. That would be awesome.
I'm thinking
And
maybe
he's
like
missing an eye. Just something
the
so
catch.
something so
He's got a
savage.
scar on
Like-
his face now.
Scorpion is like Scorpion's like basically the security detail.
Yeah, he's the runt.
He's the grunt.
of the police. Like he's got like the police kind of
What's he look like?
License.
I mean, the
Ends-
Michael Mondo wearing the suit.
End of the Earth, Scorpion would be sick. He's got like it's like it looks like a catcher's baseball armor, but he's got like that's just what his core looks like, and then he's got like big shoulders. He looks really cool.
He's got like
in
a
that.
mech tail.
Yeah, it's really cool in that.
I saw him in the games.
Look up End of Earth Scorpion. Yeah, I think the biggest issue would be Morbius. Morbius
So he's
is
that's like a wrench in a.
yeah, he
Maybe I
just
should have picked Craven.
yeah. Honestly,
The
probably.
jury's still out on that, I guess.
But I do think there's a good thing there with like, or maybe it's not Peter Dinklage, but it's like maybe a paralyzed person. I can think of like
In a chair?
yeah, like Wilson Fisk gives him purpose now. He's like, oh, you're stuck in a chair.
Well,
Now
if you're
you can have
gonna use a person in a chair, what's his name? Scythe.
Oh, Alistair Smythe,
Smythe.
oh
When I
yeah,
go someone in a
killer
chair.
or whatever.
yeah, but I don't like the Spider Slayer thing. That was
Yeah,
that's
it's
stupid.
pretty
I always
done.
hated that storyline.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
did I.
Okay.
Although that could kind of work though with maybe he's like the police. I'm totally changing up my story, and this is gonna mess
No,
up.
I like
Are you
Scorpion.
paying
as the
attention, Kevin, sir?
Oh, I am.
No, but the army though that Wilson Fisk has could be built by Smythe because that's how they do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It could be the Spider Slayers and
Yeah.
stuff. So
using Stark Tech.
yeah. Because Tony Stark's dead, and
Who has Edith, or who's used Edith before? Fishbowl head.
oh right.
Mysterio. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
It's close.
Sean, we recap on Sean's story?
I mean, I can further explain a little bit, right? 'Cause I feel like this is a good time.
What were the highlights?
I'll give the highlights.
Yeah.
So we got Scorpion and Rhino in the Sonyverse, and let's see, who is it? Harry Osborn is the ringleader, correct?
Yeah.
And he appeals to Scorpion and Rhino, I believe, somehow. Then he gets Kraven, Lizard, Venom, and Doc Ock at one point.
At one point.
There's a weird thing. That's 7 characters. That's not 6.
Well, yeah. So
But,
who's your 6?
So
Hobgoblin, Scorpion, Doc Ock, Craven, Venom, Lizard.
Oh yeah. So you got to cut one.
That's 6, bro.
That's
you have Scorpion, Rhino, Harry, Kraven, Lizard, Venom, Doc Ock. Unless Harry is not a part of your Sinister Six and he's
Yeah,
just
you
a
got
ringleader.
I did miscount.
honestly, I would just take Lizard out.
Yeah.
Lizard's not a good.
Well, I
Sinister
like
Six guy.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna take Rhino out
I
because
like bringing them in together.
no, yeah, exactly.
I like that,
That's what I like. I want to bring. So I want them all because when the end of the Venom thing happened, I imagine it as just like a galaxy wide thing of like, oh no, pulled into this new universe thing.
Make it look like Across the Spider-Verse.
So Harry and Scorpion were doing that shit, and that's how they got here. And then Doc Ock was doing some other shit. That's why he got here. Doc Ock wants to get back to his own universe. So he enlists the help with Harry Osborn, only to steal Harry Osborn's tech to get back home. So, like I said, the Doc Ock's like, yeah, I'll go along with what you're saying. But then that B story is the power struggle between, because Harry, we're talking, who's the actor?
James Franco.
Oh.
That changes everything.
Yeah, I was thinking the other dude. The
Dane DeHaan.
yeah.
Andrew's version?
Yeah,
Okay.
Andrew's version.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes more sense that we're in Andrew's universe.
Yeah, you did say Andrew's universe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but
okay.
So
Dan DeHaan.
So he is like an idiot, right? He was awful.
He is.
He was awful, and that's gonna stand, and that's why Doc Ock's like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like he's putting together this circus. Like, yeah, I'll act. And the whole thing is it's not a strong Sinister Six. That's why it all falls apart.
It falls apart because you're casting Dane DeHaan's Goblin.
Well, yes, but that's the intention. The intention is here for him to be weak because you can't have two.
He was
you can't
bad.
have two
He wasn't
ringleaders.
I mean, he did kill Gwen.
You can't have two ringleaders, and this freaking Harry Osborn thinks he's the ringleader until Doc Ock gets involved, and then he takes it all over. And then Venom's like, you know what? These guys are kind of fucking crazy. Spidey, let's get out of here. And then boom. Roll credits. Same with Craven, right? So not much on Craven. He's the weakest one. He's brought in here again through the blip, we'll call it. But the whole story, I want like the what'd you call it? Act 2 reveal.
The reveal.
The midpoint, yeah.
Yeah, the midpoint reveal is the pulled into the universe, right? Act 1 is Harry working on the Scorpion and then getting Matt Gargan and all of that stuff kinked out while Andrew Garfield is still there being fucking Andrew Garfield, and then blip happened, they all fall into this universe. And then Harry's like, now's my chance. Let me acquire all of these new pieces on the board, and let me take this fucking guy out.
Are you guys trying to make like a trilogy out of this, or are you doing a one-off story? That is the other thing I need to know.
But I think either way, you have to pitch
Either
it
way.
as if it's an expanding.
Either way,
All
you have
Marvel
to pitch
movies,
it as both.
even shitty Morbius,
Okay.
has a post-credit scene.
Exactly.
That won't ever come to fruition. Like
Exactly.
every movie has a post-credit, so I think you have to set it up as if there would
This
be more.
story could end here, or it could end with Matt Garkin getting the symbiote.
Good follow-up. That I was going to suggest Anti-Venom. Yes, good follow-up.
For mine?
Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll take it.
No. For
Oh,
you don't.
get
you
out
don't
of here,
have
loser.
Mac in your. Oh
Well,
yeah,
he
you
did.
do
I
have
do.
Scorpion,
Specify.
Yeah, I do. I got my
Yeah,
but,
you could-
yours
you
ends
could
with
do
Kingpin.
Anti-Venom.
Yours ends with Kingpin having the suit.
Yeah, no, but obviously the third act, they beat him. And
Obviously.
Yeah, and
It would have to
Daredevil
be.
comes in.
And then he gets impeached.
And then Daredevil gets the symbiote.
If Mac Gargan is in a movie and he doesn't become Anti-Venom,
Exactly.
I will riot.
That is the
all right.
post-credit scene.
Okay.
Pitches, and I would watch all of them.
Last thing. What is the title of your movie?
Fuck. I didn't even think about that.
either.
What about? I got it.
Okay.
Why not? Why bury
Spider-Man
the lead, bro?
Spider-Man. All roads lead home.
Fucking stupid.
The Homecoming trilogy's over.
Fucking stupid, bro.
I'm bringing it back.
We're trying to sell tickets. We're trying to get people to see the movie, so we're gonna advertise. It's Spider-Man Sinister Six. Boom.
Okay.
Basic.
Or just the Sinister Six.
To the point.
Yeah, I would probably do like something.
The
Like,
Something
Sinister
with
Six.
just Sinister Six.
vacation.
Okay.
I would probably do just Sinister Six.
Let's see. Spider-Man. All roads lead home. I believe you called it, Danny.
Something like that. Whatever.
I really do like the ideas, but I think
Spider-Man
there's a
freedom.
little too many plot holes that are not going to add up with this.
I know.
I know. Hey, but you did.
Give me credit for coming up on the spot. Like-
On the spot, that's pretty good. I
It's
will
pretty
say
good.
that. That was pretty good.
I think the best you have to offer is the Venom Garfield.
Dude,
That's what it's.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be so cool.
I would
if it's
see
done
that.
right. That is
Yeah, I
so
would see
cool.
that.
I think Kingpin is a sneak.
And
That's
Fisk
a good.
becoming Venom at the end too. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's never really been in a Sinister Six.
Yeah.
That's a good.
That's
He's a
cool
good
idea.
replacement.
Yeah,
for
well, I
Doc
figured
Ock.
because I
Yeah.
didn't want to go through the complicated with using Doc Ock, who's like reformed now. It's like,
Right.
how's that
Yep.
going?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
I like
Between the brothers.
Oof.
Brother against brother. Duel of the
Fist fight
debates.
to see who wins.
No, I think I'm gonna have to go Scott on this one.
Wow.
Because I like the whole Hobgoblin Ned theory. Electro, Sandman, yeah. Wait, where was I? I lost my place.
not me.
Sorry, hold on. Sandman turned to glass. That's a really cool idea. There is the problem with how Ned becomes the Hobgoblin, which you sort of explained, but it's kind of like it's loose, but it works just enough. Sean, the Sony versus Dead. Let's
Exactly.
see.
That's why they
bring it
get
back.
pulled. That's why they get pulled into
But-
this
bring
new
it back.
thing.
But
Like the Fox.
I like a lot of parts of it. It gives Andrew another chance at Spider-Man. Let's see.
They're rescued from the Sonyverse into the
Into this new
Walkerverse.
You never. That's not helping your case.
The Kevin.
Don't you mean the Kevin verse because he's Kevin?
Kevinverse.
I
yeah,
think
that's
it's kind of like a little too convoluted for its own good. But there's no problem with that. These are all very good pitches.
Yeah.
I just think Scott's is the most coherent. That makes the most sense. out of
Coherent?
all of them.
Yeah, because
he,
knew her.
he ripped it from a.
I didn't rip.
You're right. It is coherent.
But
It's
yeah,
already been written.
But for now,
They were all great stories too. I think all three were strong.
I agree. I don't think there was a clear winner there. I mean, I think there was a
they're
clear
all,
loser.
they're all very
do.
good.
I do.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're Duel of the Debates. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with @Duel of the Debates. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Was. My letterbox score Was. My letterbox and serialized at DJ Was or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was. But you guys.
And we are the main men.
Mayman, you know us. Come on, find us.
Scott and Sean. Yeah, just be out there and read and consume as much nerd media as you can.
Hell yeah.
Help us.
Stay nerdy.
All right. Stay nerdy. All right.
Kids that way.
Yeah. So we are not sure on when the next episodes are going to come out, but we have an idea of some guests. But until next time,
See you next
see you
time.
then. No.